Bonsoir from opening night at the Cannes Film Festival. Robert De Niro, Scarlett Johannson, Robert Pattinson and Tom Cruise. They're just some of the talents expected this year, and we're excited. Joining me to pick out some of the top things to look out for is our film critic, Emma Jones. Hello, Emma.
Hello.
It's lovely to be here with you. Well,
It's
before we
great.
get into the lineup this year, opening day has been somewhat overshadowed by the verdict in the Gérard Depardieu sexual assault case, one of France's best-known actors. Tell us more.
Well, indeed, I think it was always inevitable that with a verdict due on the opening day of the Cannes Film Festival, it would be of tremendous interest to journalists. There is, of course, always a jury press conference on the opening day. Juliette Binoche is head of the jury that year, straight off the blocks, a question about it. And I thought she was very interesting. She said that he was no longer sacred, really. And I think that really shows his status in French cinema. It was a reflective answer. She was also just asked, really, about the Cannes Film Festival and whether it was moving with the times in terms of equality and its attitude, and she thought that it was more or less in public step. So some interesting thoughts from Juliette Binoche.
OK, well, let's talk a little bit more about the lineup. Yes. Wow, what a year. What's on the menu?
Straight to the film. Well, I think that one of the things Cannes has really done well this year, with so much to live up to from last year. Think of Honora winning the Palme d'Or, going on to win the Oscars. But it's really got that great blend of auteurs and film stars. And I think it's done exceptionally well to get some of the hottest young film stars in the world here this year. So we've got Josh O'Connor. You may have known, he played Prince Charles, of course, in The Crown, but he was also in Challengers, which was a big hit recently. Well, he's got two films here. That's Kelly Reichardt's The Mastermind, and he's also in The History of Sound, which is a film by South African director Oliver Hermanus. Now, he's with Juan Paul Mescal, who is also going to be here at Cannes, of course, big for Gladiator, big for so many things. I think they might break the internet when they're on the red carpet, to be honest with you. There is also one Robert Pattinson, as you were mentioning, and Jennifer Lawrence expected in Cannes. Now, they are in another auteur film, Die, My Love. That's by Lynn Ramsey. She's a great British director, famous for making films on a shoestring, but being so good at her job that she gets all the best talent. Now, if you want some more names, we've got Bono. He's expected. You're really excited about that one. OK, that's Stories of Surrender. It's a documentary. And you may remember years ago that U2 played the Red Steps here at Cannes. That was a night to remember. Just Bono this year. And quite a few others. Of course, Tom Cruise.
How could we forget Tom Cruise?
How
with
could
the
we forget
final
Tom Cruise?
Mission Impossible. And the iconic actor Robert De Niro is actually being honoured during the opening of the festival. He's had a long relationship with Cannes and last walked the red carpet here for Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon in 2023. He was also the head of the jury 14 years ago. Jennifer Ben-Brahim reports.
An icon of American cinema.
You talking to me?
From a troubled Vietnam War veteran in Taxi Driver to a boxer in Raging Bull.
There's no one else around who wants to fight me.
And a young Vito Corleone in The Godfather Part 2. Two-time Academy Award winner Robert De Niro has played some of the greatest anti-heroes on the big screen. Born in New York City in 1943, his Italian-American heritage has been centre stage in his work, often portraying the shadowy characters of the mafia world, like in The Untouchables.
You can get further with a kind word and a gun than you can with just a kind word.
Sergio Leone's crime epic Once Upon a Time in America.
I'm not interested in your friends in high places, and I don't trust politicians.
And Casino, directed by his longtime collaborator and fellow Italian-American, Martin Scorsese. They forged a friendship that has lasted over half a century.
There's still nothing better in the world than making movies with your friends. Salute, Bob.
It's this partnership that brought him to the Cannes Film Festival for the first time, with Mean Streets in 1973, then Taxi Driver in 1976, which took home the Palme d'Or, and 47 years later, Killers of the Flower Moon.
This wealth should come to us.
We haven't been here, I guess, it's
76?
76. With Taxi Driver.
The ancient world.
Yeah. So it was nice being back in this way.
12 of his films have been shown on the Croisette, including his directorial debut, A Bronx Tale. He was even jury president in 2011.
I hope they ask me to be the president again. I don't know how many years you have to wait.
Taking his experiences in Cannes back home, the proud New Yorker and cinephile created the Tribeca Film Festival in the wake of the 9/11 terror attacks to help reclaim the battered downtown neighborhood. Over the years, he's transitioned to comedic roles.
Have you ever watched pornographic videos?
No.
Relax, the needles are jumping.
Playing an overprotective parent and ex-CIA agent in the box office smash Meet the Parents. But at 81 years old, he's returned to his gangster roots, with his latest project playing a dual role of 1950s mob bosses in the film Alto Nights.
They're bigger gangsters than we ever could be. All of a sudden, you want to be half in, half out, half a racketeer. You can't have it both ways.
There we go, the legendary Robert De Niro here in the south of France receiving a special prize. And there's always a very impressive French presence here in Cannes, isn't there?
There is, and the film that I am most excited about has to be the world premiere of Alpha by Julia Ducournau. She is a Palme d'Or winner a few years ago for Titane. I've loved all her films, including Raw, so I am so excited about seeing Alpha. There's another film by a female director out of competition, Rebecca Zlotowski. I love her writing. That's a film called La Vie Privée. It's got Jodie Foster in it.
Speaking French.
I know,
Sounds
speaking French
interesting.
better than me, almost certainly. But wow, we really need to see that.
OK, well, Leave One Day, actually, is the opening film of this year's edition. It's the first ever debut to open Cannes, and it's a crowd-pleasing musical, French musical. Time to brush up on your knowledge of French chart-topping hits of the 80s and 90s, Emma.
Alors on danse.
Salut maman. Oh ma fille.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait là? C'est toi qui l'as appelée?
La question c'est plutôt qu'est-ce que toi tu fais là?
Partir un jour sans retour, effacer notre amour sans se retourner, ne pas regretter, garder les instants qu'on a volés.
I made a film on a homecoming because I feel that we never indefinitely leave something that roots us, a place that sees us grow, and maybe because it's something that must be on my mind somehow.
It's that we can all, each in our own place, heal from things that we might not have named or that could have stayed unsaid forever.
Fatigue du réveil, encore sur de la veille, alors on sort pour oublier tous les problèmes, alors on danse.
It's there to provoke something in us, to bring in emotion, and so it allows us to convey a whole range of nuances without necessarily needing to verbalize them.
Honestly, I think that with Yannick's song Ces soirées-là, they were the most complicated songs.
Would you still be able to sing Céline Dion for us?
Absolutely not, not at all. We were both at a crossroads. I'm acting in a film where I had to sing, and she's singing in a film where she had to act. So I think we knew we could count on each other.
Some very catchy tunes there, and Amélie Bonin is a new director, and there are some other first-time directors that people might have heard of.
Yeah, you really will have heard of them. Scarlett Johannson, for goodness sake. I mean, she's making her debut here with Eleanor the Great, and it's a real thing this year that actors are becoming first-time directors, because we also have Kristen Stewart with her debut movie, that's The Chronology of Water, and Harris Dickinson. I mean, we were talking about Paul Mescal earlier, weren't we, as well? And, you know, Harris Dickinson is very much part of that entourage, and he's making his debut with Urchin.
And it is a complicated time in global politics, Emma, and this is really being reflected in the movies we're seeing here.
Yes, there's a lot of films, including there's been a tribute to Ukraine all day today. But in terms of the situation in Gaza at the moment, there's going to be a film called Once Upon a Time in Gaza by the Nasser brothers. And then, of course, all over the French news and the international news today, 350 artists signing an open letter, you know, decrying the situation in Gaza and also decrying the killing of a young photojournalist last month in Gaza. And she features, indeed, in a film very prominently, which is in the acid section. That's the super independent section at Cannes. Her name, of course, was Fatma Hassana, and of course, you know, her name reverberates around this festival this year.
It certainly is, and it really brings a new meaning to that film that's being shown in the acid section. And just before we come to the end of the show, I wanted to ask you, any buzz so far? It's only day one, but any buzz? Anything buzzing?
Do you know what? I think the ticket, apart from Kristen Stewart, so many people want a ticket to the chronology of water, but also the history of sound. I maintain that's got to be a must-watch, right?
That's what you're looking forward to. And what about, what else is people talking about the red carpet and what people are wearing on the red carpet?
Every year, you know, there's always something at Cannes, isn't there? They're always banning something, God bless them.
High heel,
selfies.
Flat shoes one year.
Flat shoes one year, 2015. Selfies, of course, which I am in agreement with them. And this year it is, you know, nude dresses, you know, that kind of tradition for sheer dressing that is so popular now, which kind of looks like you're naked. Well, they've banned that as well. They've said it's, you know, they want proper evening dress and for people to look decorous and elegant on the red carpet.
Okay.
I'm kind of with them.
Okay, well, we'll be showing you red carpet images a little later in the week, no doubt, and we're going to leave you with the much anticipated Highest to Lowest, starring Denzel Washington, directed by Spike Lee. Remember, we'll be live every day from the Cannes Film Festival over the next 2 weeks. Join us for red carpet glamour, film reviews, and so much more. See you next time.
Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you'll be successful?
Get the band!
And the hard times will come from the good times. The hard times will come from the success. The hard times will come from the money, and the mayhem follows. So can you handle the mayhem? Can you handle the money? Can you handle the success? Can you handle the failure? Can you handle the lovers? Can you handle the memes? Can you handle everything that there is in between?